Another tier list today. Final one of the NHL arena. Blah, blah, blah. I'm burnt out. But we're going to rock through this one real quick. Disclaimer before we begin. A couple of them. One, the Seattle Kraken are not on here. Their arena is not on here, even though there are pictures of it. Because the stadium's never open, it's not even finished. I think it's almost finished though. There's no way to properly look into it and see how it is, review it, whatever. So I chose not to include it, but this will make this list a little bit more outdated. So just put that in consideration. Also, I know a lot of these arenas share with their local NBA counterparts. So many of these stadiums might have similar reviews and or rankings. Just bear with me. It's not going to be the worst. I'll try and keep it original. I'll try and keep it as original as I possibly can. Just know that, okay? But we are starting off with these bottom ones first. We got about 5 of them on here. So let's crack into those real quick. First one up, of course, is the Vegas Golden Knights Arena. It's one of the newest ones. This is oh my god. Sorry. Newer ones. I'm actually going to give this one an A tier ranking. Because unlike NFL or MLB stadiums, new arenas, they don't get as electrified, but they're still a really nice arena. And I think it's gotten a lot of strength and help with the Vegas shooting and everything, helping it get into being a competitive team right off the bat. You know, they've made the playoffs every year of their existence, and they've been contenders every year of their existence. That's pretty good for an expansion team, so that definitely helps. Plus the tradition of the night thing, that's really cool as well. Alright, moving on. This is Rogers Arena, home of the Vancouver Canucks. This one's probably going to get a B tier ranking for me. Again, just average, not new, just average. Thing with these Canadian stadiums, though, there's a lot of them on here. They're going to be a lot more better of a fan experience, probably because in Canada, hockey's a lot more religiously played, viewed, and loved by people. So you're probably going to see a lot more of a better hockey experience. It's not that the U.S. stadiums are horrible. The experiences aren't going to be good, but generally, they're going to be better. So I just want to get that out of the way as we move on. This is the San Jose Sharks Arena. This one's going to be getting an A tier ranking for me, mainly because of how unique they can theme it with the Sharks. Sharks aren't really a thing you would expect for them to be. I mean, there's no other major team called the Sharks. So it's pretty unique, and they can work with it and get their own theming along. And that's the thing about these hockey teams, is like they get better uniquity with their intros and their themes and stuff. I mean, even though the stadiums will look nearly similar, it's the differences with the experience itself that differentiate them. This stadium, no different. All right, moving on. What do we got next? The LA Kings, the Staples Center. This one is going to, again, just be getting an A tier ranking. Again, just based off of what I did for the NBA video. This is the first time I've had to do this for this video, but there's going to be a lot of the similar rankings. Just a heads up, guys. So if you want a more in-depth of it, go to the NBA video. I'm not going to go too much in-depth with these, just to save time, cut time down. And plus, it's just unnecessary. Already made a video. There you go. But I did get an inside shot that time because the Kings don't share it with anybody. So, all right, moving on. What do we got here? Okay. Sorry to keep enlarging them to look at them. The Euler Stadium, currently hosting some NHL playoff action right now. And again, probably just a B tier. Great fan experience, but thing with Edmonton and another stadium coming up later in the video. As I reformat this, I'll keep talking. They're kind of getting old and worn down. I think these cities like Vancouver, not as much Vancouver, but like Edmonton and another that I'll talk about a little bit later in the video. They're kind of getting neglected, and they need a new one now. Yeah, pretty much they need one, but they're not going to get one. But Edmonton, I think, can stick it out a little bit better. I think that shows with the NHL allowing playoff games to be held there, with the whole bubble thing. So that's good. All right, moving on. Now we're going to go top down, with these other stadiums alphabetically ranked by team, as always. So moving on, Carolina Hurricanes. They're going to be a C tier, not because the stadiums are necessarily bad. I think it's just an average stadium with an average team. But this franchise is really not well liked. And the fact that they're outside of Charlotte, they're still in Carolina, but they're in Charlotte, not even Charlotte, they're in Raleigh. I think that puts them a little bit of disadvantage because people always think, oh, Charlotte's where all the sports teams are going to be, and they don't see a hockey team. Like, oh, I guess we're not going to go see a hockey team. But really, there is one there. They're just not there in Raleigh. So, kind of puts them at a disadvantage. Plus, they're not very well liked, and their stadium is not very well liked outside of their fan base. So, that kind of sucks. But moving on, this one is going to be the Blues, right? This is the Blues. No, this is the Blue Jackets. Home of the Columbus Blue Jackets, of course, in Columbus. They're going to be getting a B tier ranking. Again, just average stadium. Nothing too spectacular there. What do we got here? Moving on. Sorry, I have to keep looking at these. Again, Brian is going to be very, very disappointed. Oh, this is the New Jersey Devils coming up to you. You can't see the logo. It's there. It's over there somewhere. But again, B tier. It's pretty average stadium. It's nothing. Arena, I should say. These aren't really stadiums, but they're arenas. They're, again, nothing too horrible, but nothing too great either. I think B is a good average ranking. C is like, it's meh. D is like, bad. E is like, really bad. And F is just, what the fuck. And then S is like, God tier. A is like, really good. B is good. So good, I think, is more of a proficient base ranking. Alright, the Islanders out of the Barclays Center are going to be getting an A tier ranking, mainly because I did the Barclays Center in the last video, and there's a reason why in the last tier list video, and I'm going to explain why it is what it is in that video. So go watch it right now, if you want more of a description. But again, great, technologically advanced, but not safe, is what I'll say. Moving on here, I'm just going to check this one out real quick. This is the Winnipeg Jets. This would think normally be a B tier, but it's actually going to get an A tier from me, mainly because I like the whiteout stuff, and I think that's going to give them a little bit of an advantage. And yeah, they have a competitive team, so it's more possible to do the whiteout stuff. Great fan experience, again, being in Canada. So, you got my vote there, Winnipeg. Keep going. Moving on. Let's see here. We got, who is this? Hello. Oh, this is the Flyers. The Flyers out of Philadelphia. This one, again, the Fargo Center is, it's going to get a B tier. It's another average stadium. Nothing too spectacular. Nothing too horrible. Just going to start rapid firing these right now. Pittsburgh. This one's going to get an A tier because it is a lot more newer, more modern looking. And I think that gives the good to them sort of thing. At least it's unique. Whereas the Flyers have to share a stadium. Pittsburgh does not. Mainly because they don't have an NBA team right now. Moving on, what do we got next? We have, oh my god, I am doing really bad with making sure I knew what these were coming in. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow, I can't even tell what that one is. Holy shit. Well, I'm not doing too good. We're gonna skip that one for right now. We'll come back to that one a little bit later. till we figure out what it is. Anyway, we'll stick that right up there for now. Let's move on to one I do know. This is the Boston Bruins arena. Again, TD Garden, but not as iconic, so it is going to get a B tier ranking for that reason. Buffalo Sabres arena is also going to be getting a B tier ranking. I'm just going to be moving these on here. A little bit of reasoning behind them. No, really. Little Caesars Arena. Again, this one was built for hockey, so it is a better experience to go see a hockey game here than it would be a basketball game. That's why it's going to get an S tier ranking. Moving on. What do we got? Ooh. These are the Anaheim Ducks, I think. Yep, Anaheim Ducks. Beautiful. Or are they? Wait a minute. No, those aren't the Anaheim Ducks. Yo, traitors. Or are they? That makes sense. Oh my god, I really screwed this up, didn't I? We'll skip that one too. How about that? Moving on. This one is... Oh my god. Hold on. What the hell is it doing? Montreal Canadiens is up next, everybody. This one's going to be getting an A tier ranking for me, mainly because of the historic part of it. It's got a nice pavilion outside with all the statues and commemoratives towards their legacy of championships. And being Canadian, I mean, that gives it that even more that atmospheric vibe to it. So, that's why I'm giving it that ranking. Alright, moving on. We got another one coming here. Let's move it in there. This is the Toronto Maple Leafs. Again, just a regular. It's more built for hockey, even though they have their own hockey arena. But it's going to be getting a B tier ranking. For me, it's just average. It's nothing too spectacular. Alright. This is the Canada team. Yay, I don't know which one that is. Oh, shit. I think I know what that one is. We'll move on to that one later as well. This is the Tampa Bay Lightning. This one's going to be getting an A tier ranking for me as well. Mainly because it's not really built for, being in a hockey place, being in a warm location, but they made it work and they've been successful, so they got to give a nice arena to go along with that, and that's what they did. Alright, Dallas Star Stadium, again, going to be getting an A tier ranking. I pretty much explained it all in the video with the Mavericks on the NBA Stadium. Now moving on to the Blackhawks. Again, United Center. Just going to be getting a simple B tier ranking. Brian actually saw a game at the Blackhawks Stadium, so if he wants more explanation, he could probably explain. You can see in his review of the stadium, which is up on the channel right now. So moving on to the Colorado Avalanche, the Pepsi Center. This one's going to be getting an A tier ranking for the same reasoning that I did for the Broncos Stadium, Coors Stadium, and the Pepsi Arena for the NBA. It's a Denver stadium and it looks really cool. So, all right. Moving on. This is going to be the hold on. We're gonna figure it out. It is. I don't know. Well, shit. I should have probably memorized these, shouldn't I? This is going to be an atrocious video. Alright, this is the Nashville Predators Stadium. This is a newer stadium with the more successful team. This one's also going to be getting an A tier ranking. I'm just going to hide it in there. There we go. Mainly because of the color thing that we talked about with the Pacers and the Jets and the Heat and all them for that very same reason. That's why they're going to be getting what they get. And this is the Winnipeg Jets themselves. I talked about this already. They're going to be getting an A-tier ranking as well because for that. So let's keep rapid firing them here. I think these are the St. Louis Blues, and they are the St. Louis Blues. This is going to be a B-tier ranking on its own. There we go. There we go. Ooh, this is the Ducks. Anaheim Ducks Stadium. Right here, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be another B-tier ranking. Rapid firing them. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, this is Calgary. Talked about this with the Edmonton thing, but this stadium is heavily neglected. They need to move. It's not a great place. It's old, it's decaying, it's in a bad location, all that stuff. It's in a horrible spot. So that's why it's going to be getting an E-tier ranking. Kind of like when a certain stadium, has a bad name. Smoothie King Center, I'm talking to you. And then finally, the ones we didn't know about. Here we go. They're all going to be getting an F-tier ranking. Oh yeah, here we go. All the ones we didn't know about. You guys are going to be called the Forgotten Ones. And deal with it. There's a tiny one right there too that I can't pick up. There we go. Let's do that. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's our final rankings. We got 1S, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in the B, 1C, 0 in the D, 1E, and 6 in the F tier. But anyway, guys, there's your list, everybody. I don't know what tier list we're going to be doing next, but we'll see. We got some ideas. We just need to know if they're going to be good or not, and then we got to make them, execute them, everything. So, until next time, guys, see you guys later. Goodbye.